Good morning. This is the pre-market report for 8th March 2022, and when we are looking at the news which came overnight, we see that there is nothing really special in the exit polls. BJP expected to win with a low majority in UP, and Punjab will be taken by AAP, and Goa and the other state will be basically a close contest between Congress and BJP, with most likely a coalition having to be formed with one of the tiny parties in that state. Then also when we come, so far I've not seen any news on the petrol and diesel for India, so I cannot comment about that. And when we look at the Ukraine situation overnight, it is still going on, but there's nothing really new on that front also. Now coming to yesterday's levels has worked perfectly actually, because the support at 32, 480 worked like magic. We had the support for bank for Nifty at 15,711, which is the first support I'll be sharing today, which yesterday I hadn't put because I didn't think it would reach there, but that was a perfect support too. That is why when I shared the screenshot about me going long, I went long in the Nifty first, then in the bank Nifty, because Nifty hit that support first. Now when we come to what the charts are saying, basically the bank Nifty is, the Nifty yesterday closed 15,893, and SGX is right now trading at 15,805. I would classify that more of a flat opening. Now when we look at the Nifty on the daily time frame, now I know people are saying that this is bearish, that is bearish, this is bearish. What we have to realize, we have fallen to a very major support zone. So now the next major support zone for us is 15,570 in my opinion. The 15,530 to 15,570 is the next major support zone. So where we have fallen right now, we have become terribly oversold. Another thing, one of my indicators which I use, which is based on, it's a mixture of 2-3 indicators made into one, and that one basically has started attempting a crossover. Now if the crossover now gets triggered in the hourly chart, then I don't care whether people are bearish or not, I will go long intraday, because it will drive the market up, and I've been using that indicator for long enough to know that that thing is powerful. But now until the crossover happens, I will be careful. But when we look at the candle chart of the Nifty, we see basically in the 3 and 4 hour chart there's a huge rejection of the downside. Then also yesterday the candle formation is a neutral candle. So people will classify this and that. According to me, we are reaching a major support zone, and I'm not saying we're going to have a rally from here. We like what I said yesterday, once we reach this support zones, we're going to have a dead cat bounce. We're going to go a bit up, then we'll be cut again and head downwards. Because if you're seeing the 20, which I've been singing from the day I started the pre-market video, the 20 is going to be crossing below the 200. That is occurring now, but why it is occurring, it usually causes a bit of an up move, which then gets killed in the tracks. In fact, let us look at it on an intraday time frame. Now, 1 second, I move my face there. Now on the 4 hour chart for Nifty and Bank Nifty, delete the volume, was cause confusion. Yeah, the Nifty and Bank Nifty, we're seeing a rejection to the downside in both. Now come a bit further, and then if we go to the 3 hour chart, stronger rejection, especially in the Nifty. Bank Nifty is being the main culprit here in the fall, because it's just simply not giving any support to the Nifty. 1 hour chart here, basically we can see yesterday after gap down, we can classify this as a pure box range. If we look at it on the hourly time frame. That's why yesterday the more profits were actually made. No, I actually made more profits in the Nifty yesterday than the Bank Nifty. But Bank Nifty gave a cleaner fall, but Nifty, because I traded two longs at one shot. Yes, so that's why it had given more profits. Now coming to the levels for today, let's drop to 30-minute chart and bring the levels up here. I have not updated this. Let me update that also, because I'll be using it in confusion. Now on the downside, I'm going to focus more on the downside supports today, because on these supports, one of them, I'm expecting a dead cat bounce. I know people are saying that what you call this will happen, that will happen. Yes, if we do have a small gap up, the bears will come and cannibalize the living daylights out of it. But at one of the supports, if I see a strong, nice volume candle forming, I will pick it and I'll go long, no matter what people think. Now 1 second, you should keep closing. Let me do that. The cocoa spheres. Now to adjust. Yes, now the first support which I am seeing is 15,711, which I told you yesterday was a support for the Nifty, but I hadn't shared it as I didn't think we would reach there. So 15,711 is the first intraday support I see for the index, and then the second intraday support which I see is basically 15,625. I'm doing this because I have some of the feedback which I received by private DMs is that support levels are sometimes not very clear to view on the screen, so I'm going to speak them louder. Then the next one is let us even change the layout. Next one is basically 15,570, and there is one at 15,530, which is here. Now these are basically the ones which I'm banking on. If we have a very extended down move, then 15,445 comes into play. But I'm expecting one of these to stop the descent for the day and a rise. If we have a small gap up, then we may fall up till this candle support zone here at 15,800 and have a reversal. Now it's all time to see basically at each of these supports what is the candle formation and how are the other indicators performing at this zone. Obviously you don't have my crossover indicator. I will think of a way how to be giving that, but this way you can look at it. Now when we come to the Bank Nifty, with the support front, the first is between 32,425 and 32,500. 32,425 and 32,500 will be somewhere here. The 32,500 is also a candle support zone. Basically it's a candle support range, which is also con support range, which is a very big positive. Then the next one is that, in fact, let me look at one thing before going forward for support. My other drone chart. Fine. Now for Bank Nifty, the next one is 31,935 to 32,050. 935. Oh, this video is coming long. and the next one 31,645, and the next one 31,460. Now I expect these two to be very important in putting a low for the next few days. These two in Bank Nifty and this 1530, 15,570 in the Nifty. If these two crack, then we're heading another 400, 500 points down. But what I'm seeing in the indicators, unless there's a change in them, these two should work for dead cat bounce. I'm relying more on the Nifty for dead cat bounce to commence, because the Bank Nifty has got more weakness than the Nifty. Now on the resistance front, 15,950, then 16,035 to 16,083, 16,230 and 16,325. I'm not going to draw that on the chart because the video is coming longer. Then basically for the Bank Nifty, 33,295, 33,450, 33,700 and 34,070. So those are basically the levels for today, and just look for a reversal at any of these points, and if it is there, it will work. If I don't have a lot of things I'm trading, then how I alerted yesterday at 32,480 that supports big question, with a big question mark on Twitter, I'll do the same. Fine. So thank you for watching the video, and do keep the volume slow initially when going in. Once you get the initial confirmation, the next confirmation, then you can increase the volume and go at it hard. Do like and subscribe the video, and also try sharing it with the people you know who are interested in the stock market. Thank you.